Liz is on the phone. She's got a story. Liz, is this right? Jon Lovitz?
Yes.
Wow. What is he most famous for, Ransom? Saturday Night Live, probably?
Saturday Night Live. He's been hasn't really led anything in terms of movies, but you know he did voice the Critic. You remember that cartoon, The Critic?
No, I don't.
He was good in that cartoon.
Liz, is this a good story
I think
about?
Of Their Own. People remember him from.
Is this a good story about Jon Lovitz or not?
It's a good story.
Oh, what happened?
So I used to work at a restaurant on the Strip, and he was sitting there with his assistant. It seemed like.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all like, oh, we don't want to bug him. We don't want to say hi, you know. But not a lot of people were bugging him, so I felt bad. I'm like, oh, I wonder if people don't recognize him. So as he's leaving, I'm like, hey, what are you doing in Vegas? What's going on? He's like, oh, I'm golfing. I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know, I love to golf. You know, how are you doing? And he's like, well, you know, and his assistant cuts him off. And he's like, stop pretending like you can golf, man. He's like, he's been telling everybody he knows how to golf. Like, why are you going to throw me under the bus like that? And he, like, storms out of the restaurant, and his assistant's like, he does that all the time. It's okay.
So,
and they just leave.
so he's a terrible golfer.
Yeah.
Well, he seemed like a nice enough guy, though, to at least have the conversation with you.
Yeah, I know. And then his assistant made him feel bad, and he totally left.
Yeah. What restaurant was he eating at?
At Sugar Factory at the Paris, the one that's now the Hex.
Yeah. Was he drinking booze?
No, actually.
No, just hanging out.
I remember that because he was sitting, like, on the patio just having, like, a big bowl of pasta.
Yeah. That's everybody remembers, you know, when you meet a real big celeb, you remember what they were eating or drinking. Everybody does for some weird reason.
I know. I don't know why.
I know. We always look at it. I don't know. Liz, hold on a second, okay?
All right.
Celebrity encounters here in Vegas. Could be good, could be bad. 702-791-1075. Let's get to Tony. What's up, Tony?
Yo, I got a good story about Howie Mandel.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I was working down the Strip next to the MGM. We were selling Grand Canyon tours, and he walked into our store. And at first, I was a little caught off guard because my buddy was like, "That's Howie Mandel." So, of course, you know, hey, Howie Mandel, how you doing? Guy walks over, and I was shell shocked, so I stuck my hand out for the handshake. And at first, he gave me the fist bump, you know, and I'm like, "Oh, I remember, you're a germaphobe."
Yeah, that's right.
And,
He's scared of that.
Yeah, and then we started talking, and I look at him, I'm like, so you're in town? And he kind of gives me the, yeah, obviously.
That was kind of a stupid question, Tony.
Yeah, let's just be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. So you're here?
Caught me off guard.
Yeah.
And then he says, you want to go to the show? I'm like, yeah, I'd love to. So he says, well, let me set you up with tickets. They'll be at Will Call. All right. I didn't really believe him. Then I go out for another handshake, just not even really thinking. Got the handshake.
Wow.
He actually, he actually stuck it out. Gave me the handshake that time. Later that night, go to Will Call thinking, no, there's no way he's going to leave tickets. There's no way he's going to remember. Sure enough, he had front row cocktail seats for me and my chick.
Jeez.
So,
you went from
that was awesome.
Yeah, you went from knuckles to handshake to front row at the show.
Dude, front row. And then he throws in a skit about us in the show. He's like, people from Vegas are crazy. He's like, you know, I don't know if they're just shell-shocked or whatnot. He's like, I'm literally in front of some guy earlier. And he looks at me and says, are you in town? And
Well, it really was.
Dude, he's talking about me.
Yeah, it was a dumb question by you, but I know I know what you're saying though. You don't know what the hell to say. You know, you don't know what to say.
Dude, caught me off guard. So
Yeah.
no, he's awesome, but great guy, and you know, just really, you know, obviously the germaphobe thing was a little weird, but I got the handshake.
Man, I'd say if you weren't with a chick, I'd say maybe he was trying to like sleep with you. You know,
I don't
you were
know.
getting all this treatment. You got the skin, and then then you got the tickets.
Yeah, tickets, you know, invitation backstage. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. All right, hold on a second, okay? Good call, Tony. Good call. That's
Thanks.
that's a good run in there. That's Ransom. That's two positive celebrity encounters in Vegas.
Yeah, normally people call us
it's
up and
negative.
just throw them under
Oh
the bus.
yeah, they were drunk. They tried to sleep with them. They screwed them out of something.
Yeah.
That's two good calls.
There's a guy a couple of weeks, about a month or so ago, that told us a story about Michael Jordan, how he didn't tip him.
Yeah.
It was like $1,000 bar tab and
Yeah,
just stiffed him.
Just walk, and the guy was like trying to talk to him, and Jordan just walked right by him. You know, I get a lot of those stories.